Welcome to yet another VoiceTrax podcast. I'm Samantha Paris. We've got something really special in store for you. Well, actually 3 something specials in store for you. Let me explain. VoiceTrax prides itself on always being ahead of the curve of voiceover trends, and I know our classes always reflect that. But I bet you sometimes wonder where these ideas come from, right? Well, if truth be told, most of the brilliant class ideas come from my shower. Okay, stop visualizing. But it's true. So it was about, 8-9 months ago, while I was in the shower shaving my legs, this idea came to me. I said stop visualizing. Jeez. Okay, well, anyway, this great idea came to me. We launched our podcast last year by talking about how voiceover isn't about one's voice, but how it's all about acting. So I said to myself, why don't we bring back the radio drama class that Frank Coppola did years ago and turn the drama into podcasts? And thus the name of the class, From Broadcast to Podcast, was born. Well, this 9-week class, which was a mixture of beginning, intermediate, and advanced level students, was an amazing growing experience. They all put a lot of hard work into the class, and they ultimately produced 3 radio dramas, the first of which you're going to hear now. So sit back and relax for the next 16 minutes and enjoy your fellow students in Big Trouble in Studio A.
Welcome to VoiceTrax Radio Theater. Today our show is Big Trouble in Studio A, written by Daryl Brogdon. So settle back, relax, and join us in Midtown Manhattan. It's 1942, and we're in the radio studios of the Blue Network as the company prepares for tonight's show.
Well, what do you think?
It won't work.
What'd you say?
I said it won't work.
What do you mean it won't work? This is great stuff.
Come on, Pat. That's the same jungle effect everyone uses. I've heard it on everything from Inner Sanctum to Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy. Larson wants realism.
Yeah? And just how does he expect me to give him realism for this kind of money?
That's not my problem, Pat. Look, it says here in the script that today's episode of Moon over Madagascar takes place in the jungles of New Guinea. You're the sound person. Improvise.
Improvise, she says. Hey, has the great Larson Swell seen today's script?
No, he's been across town rehearsing his new play.
Well, when God's gift to the American theater gets here, you can tell him for me, this stuff ain't exactly George Bernard Shaw.
Well, Pat, if you want to take it up with Larson, that's up to you. But right now, I'd appreciate it if you and that assistant of yours would get to work on a new jungle background, and fast. We go on the air in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Sally! Where is that kid? Sally!
You called me Miss Kowalski!
Nice going, kid. At least this time you missed the lamp. Great. Some assistant you are.
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Kowalski. Guess I wasn't looking where I was going. Oh, hello, Miss Lovecraft.
Sally, look, you two better get this mess cleaned up pronto. Larson's due any minute.
Yeah. Come on, kid. Grab a broom.
Good evening. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, hi, Claude. Here's your script.
Thanks, Miss Lovecraft. You know, I'm waiting for a call from CBS today. You'll let me know if they call, won't you?
Sure, Claude. Now, if you'll...
You know, I'm up for the announcer's job on Ladies Be Seated.
Well, that's wonderful, Claude. Now, if you'll look over today's script, you'll see we have a new sponsor.
New sponsor? Really? Let's see. Here it is. Oh, my. Slackmeyer's Nose Drops?
That's it.
Slackmeyer's Nose Drops?
Problem, Claude?
Well, it's just that nose drops, that's not a very dignified sponsor. What if CBS listens in this afternoon? What if they hear me selling Slackmeyer's Nose Drops? I liked the old sponsor. What was it? Oh, yes. Carter's Little Liver Pills.
Yes, but don't you remember, Claude? They canceled their contract when you slipped and called them Carter's Lily-Livered Pills?
Just a slip of the tongue. It could happen to anyone.
Well, never mind. Just look over the rest of the script. Larson will be here soon.
Hello, Lovecraft, you gorgeous doll, you. The thespians are here.
So I see. Hello, Jason. Hello, Mildred.
Miss Lovecraft?
And how are you, Edgar?
Huh?
I said, how are you today?
Yes, it is very warm for May.
Still haven't found your hearing aid, I see.
Icy? It's never icy this time of the year. What makes you think it's icy?
Never mind.
Well, what's it to be today, gorgeous? Are we stranded on the polar ice cap, chased by cannibals in Borneo, or maybe scaling the Himalayas on the track of the abominable snowman?
Nothing as exciting as that. No, today you and Colonel Foxtrot are searching for the zombie queen in the jungles of New Guinea.
Oh, very original. Didn't I hear that one last week on Adventure Theater?
Probably. Here are your scripts.
Miss Lovecraft, I wonder, could I speak to you for a moment?
Of course, Mildred. What is it?
Well, I thought you might talk to Mr. Swells about me. I mean, about the roles he keeps giving me.
Why, Mildred? What's wrong?
Well, it's just that how long can I go on playing the zombie queen, or the vampire priestess of Dracula's castle, or the voodoo temptress of Haiti? I mean, it's getting embarrassing.
Embarrassing?
Well, how would you like to have a Broadway tryout and tell the producer your last job was playing the slime woman of the swamps on Moon over Madagascar? I mean, why does Larson keep giving me these roles?
Because he knows no one but you could pull them off, Mildred.
Oh, really?
Well, of course. You think just anyone could play the slime woman of the swamps and play it with conviction?
Well, no, but...
Take it from me, Mildred. If Larson was here right now, he'd say...
Confound it, Lovecraft! That miserable excuse for a doorman downstairs still doesn't seem to know who I am. Imagine, Larson Swells can't even get into this godforsaken sausage factory because the doorman doesn't remember his face. Lovecraft, how could anyone forget my face? Look at it.
I'm looking at it. I think you ought to have it lanced.
What's that?
Never mind, Larson. Here's today's script.
Yes, I'll look at it later. Hello, people.
Hello, Mr. Swells.
I see you're all champing at the bit. So, shall we get started?
Larson, it's 2 minutes to air. I don't think we have time for a run-through.
All right, then. We'll wing it. Places, everyone. Miss Kowalski, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Me and the kid are trembling with anticipation.
Well, then, let's hear that jungle effect.
Larson, I don't think you should...
No! No, no, no! That sounds like the bird sanctuary at the Bronx Zoo. You haven't got it. Those are the worst sound effects I've ever heard. You had all night to work on it, woman. What are we paying you for?
Hey, listen, swellhead, you ain't paying me enough to put up with this. You don't like this stuff? Hire yourself another sound gal.
Pat, wait!
Where do you think you're going?
Down to the bar to get drunk, that's where.
Why, you ungrateful! You get back here this instant. We've got a show to do.
It's 30 seconds to air, Larson. What do we do?
Do? Why? Where's that young assistant of Pat's?
You mean Sally?
Yes, Sally. Where is the girl? Sally!
Yes, Mr. Swells?
Sally! Come here, girl.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Mr. Swells. You wanted me?
Yes, Sally. Miss Kowalski has departed. For good, I hope. So it falls to you to handle the sound effects for today's broadcast. Think you can handle it?
Jumpin' Jiminy! Gee whiz, sure!
That's the girl. Now, get into the sound booth and get set.
Yes, sir, Mr. Swells.
Watch out, Sally! It's almost airtime, Larson. 10 seconds.
All right. Places, everybody. It's magic time. Sally, are you all set?
Yes, sir, Mr. Swells. I'm ready.
All right, then. Quiet, please. Stand by for the cue.
3, 2, 1.
And now, Slackmeyer's Nose Drops brings you another thrilling adventure on Moon over Madagascar. Larson Swells presents Moon over Madagascar, the exciting adventures of two-fisted Private Eye Bart Friday and his companion Colonel Foxtrot as they travel the globe in search of danger and intrigue. Today's story, The Zombie's Kiss. You'll remember in our last adventure, Bart Friday and Colonel Foxtrot had discovered the lost city of Come Getcha. deep in the jungles of New Guinea. But before they can celebrate their amazing discovery, Bart and the Colonel find 3 of their native porters dead, murdered by the zombie hordes guarding the sacred temple of Bop-Shabop. Now, Friday and the Colonel have gone to the temple to confront the evil zombie queen. Listen.
We should reach the temple soon, Colonel. I can see a light up ahead.
It's a good thing I brought along my service revolver. These zombies are tricky, blighters.
I dare say the zombie queen won't take kindly to our coming here. She's probably... Colonel, look up ahead there. It's her.
The zombie queen.
Strangers, go away. Go away before zombie gets you. You are not welcome here.
You don't frighten us.
No? Then perhaps this will convince you.
Good God, it's a man-eating tiger.
It won't do you any good, Zombie Queen. You forgot. Colonel Foxtrot and I are both armed. Take this. I said, take that. Well, no matter. I don't need a gun to handle a mere tiger. I'll use my hunting knife. Take this.
Friday, look, the zombie queen's vanished.
Not vanished, Colonel. She slipped through a secret panel into the temple. Come on, we're following. Look, there she is, standing above the altar.
Strangers, this is your last warning. Leave this place and live. Stay and die.
It's no good, Your Highness. Your murdering career is over.
Very well. You had your chance to escape. You have defiled the sacred temple of Bop-Shabop, and now you must pay. I call upon the Thunder God to strike you down. I call again on the Thunder God to strike you down.
Watch out, Colonel! A lightning bolt!
This is ridiculous.
Aha! Quick, Friday! She's escaping! She's swinging across the temple on that hanging vine! Friday, what'll we do?
Hire a new sound person, that's what.
Aha! Friday, look! There are some horses. Let's take 2 of them and follow the zombie queen.
Yeah.
Let's go mount up.
Right.
She's almost on the other side of the temple, Friday. We'll get her.
Whoa there! I said, whoa there! Whoa!
Friday, what'll we do?
Crap, now what? Whoa! Will someone stop these blasted horses?
Will Bart Friday and Colonel Foxtrot catch the evil zombie queen? Will they avenge the murders of their native porters? Will they ever stop these horses? For the answers to those and other thrilling questions, tune in tomorrow for the next episode of Moon over Madagascar, over most of these same stations. This is Claude E. Day reminding you that for nasal distresses, there's nothing like Slackmeyer's nose drops. So if you're suffering from blocked nasal passages, then try Slackmeyer's nose drops. In no time at all, you'll be breathing freely again. Remember, when you need to breathe, think Slackmeyer's. Moon over Madagascar is a Larson Swells production. This is the Blue Network.
And we're off.
Well, I think that was one of our better shows, don't you?
That's it. My career is finished. Over.
Larson.
Miss Lovecraft, what happened?
I hope CBS wasn't listening.
My God, we're all finished. The show, the sponsor, everything.
Gee, I'm sorry, Mr. Swells. I guess I fouled up a couple of things.
Sally. Go home, Sally. Go home and make out your last will. Because I'm going to kill you!
Larson, she didn't mean to do it.
Do you know what you've done, you twerp?
Gee whiz, Mr. Swells. I said I was sorry.
Get out! Get out, you bumbling toad! Get out of this studio before I really get mad! Oh! First time she's been able to leave the room without tripping over something.
Well, now what? Hello, Studio A. Oh, yes, he's here, Mr. Slackmeyer. Just a moment. Larson, it's for you, the sponsor.
Oh, God. Let me have that. Hello, Mr. Slackmeyer. Now, before you... What? What? You did? Are you sure you heard the right program, Mr. Slackmeyer? You are. Oh. Well, yes. Thank you, sir. Not at all. Of course. Goodbye.
Well?
We're all out of work, right?
He loved it. Slackmeyer said he loved it. He said it was the brightest, most original comedy show he's heard in years. He wants to be the show's exclusive sponsor.
Was he drunk?
Sober as a judge. Says he hasn't laughed so hard since Stoopnagel and Bud were on the air.
Oh, boy.
Thank God.
Thank you.
You know what this means, don't you?
What?
It means, my friends, we've got to get that kid back here at once. Sally! Sally, come back! Sally, my gal, all is forgiven. Come back!
Well, what are you all waiting for?
Sally! Sally! Sally!
Please come back, Sally!
Big Trouble in Studio A was written by Daryl Brogden and has been brought to you by VoiceTrax Radio Theater. Featured in this performance were Cheryl Samerzich as Pat Kowalski, Nina Greeley as Miss Lovecraft, Ronnie Gallimore as Sally, Frank Williams as Claude, Bruce Fredericks as Jason, Victoria Hunter as Mildred, Gino Salerno as Edgar, James Villa as Larson Swells. Sound effects and post-production by Joel Block. Our recording engineer was Chuck Karuklis. Additional engineering by Damian Marhefka. A special thank you to Samantha Paris for her complete and total support. This production was directed by Frank Coppola. Thank you for tuning in to VoiceTrax Radio Theater. This production is not to be rebroadcast or downloaded and is intended for student use only. I am Susan Vlahos. Thank you for listening.
Oh, see, they did a great job. Oh, and another great big thank you from me personally to Frank and Chuck, who worked long and hard to put this together in the editing room, along with my dear sweet Uncle Joel in Austin, Texas, owner of the Production Block Studios. And guys, stay tuned next month for our next drama. Bye for now.